the president of the New York Metro chapter, and I moved from Baltimore to New York 4 years ago. I think probably one of my favorite neighborhoods to hang out in is probably the West Village, because it's far enough away from the college kids, but it's very convenient at the same time, and it's just like, you know, quintessentially New York, where it's old and it's got a lot of history. It's got beautiful buildings and tiny little gardens that are hidden away, but some the best restaurants in the world are also there. So I think it's probably one of my favorite neighborhoods personally.
All the places I like are a lot of the places that, a lot of places like with live music. My favorite places, there's an LGBT piano bar on Christopher and 7th that I drag everyone to. That you can get up and sing with everybody. It's called the Duplex. It's pretty famous. The Comedy Cellar, places like that you don't always go to.
I would be remiss if I didn't say that Central Park is my favorite place in New York, and I don't think New York would exist if it wasn't for this massive escape of being in the middle of the busiest city in the world.
Were you born and raised in the New York area as well, or?
No. Portugal, and then Newark, New Jersey, and still Jersey. I'm
originally from New Jersey as well too, but a little further south, central New Jersey. I personally love the High Line. It's basically a 1.5 mile elevated park / greenway. And then I also really enjoy Battery Park, the 9/11 memorial. While it is very sad, it's a beautiful tribute to two iconic buildings and obviously the people that work there.
In New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, they're kind of agreeing on how they're going to open up. We're in phase 4, which should have been we'd be back to normal, but we're not, because all 3 governors have decided that we can't have indoor dining or indoor events yet. No NBA or hockey or concerts or anything like that because of the obvious transmissal of the virus. Outside of that, it's quote unquote normal.
Winter is going to be particularly hard, so I really would like to hammer out some sort of comfortable model for the chapter before winter begins with the webinars, and then try and do some semblance of in-person events while we can still gather during the warmer months, just because we really do miss each other and we gain so much from being around each other.
We have winters. So we're a little grittier, a little tougher out here.
Actually wear our puffy jackets more in the summer than we do in the winter.
We're taking our time to highlight all of our members and doing a Monday member highlight. We've also reached out to a local nonprofit. City Harvest is the biggest distributor of food, and not just sourcing food, but reclaiming food that was going to go in the trash anyway and redistributing it. So I got on the horn with those folks, and we're going to make some of our events mini volunteer events that are, giving back, community building, networking, and volunteering all at the same time.
When we had the stay-at-home order, we made a commitment to try to service our community, regardless if they were ILEA members or not, just to put out as many. So we did 10 virtual events in about 80 days.
Wow.
And primarily they're around helping during COVID as much as we could. We started off with PPP loans and what have you.
The merchandise store was something that came through one of our chapter members, and we're really looking for different ways to monetize options that are available to the chapter to respond to the COVID-19 crisis. Right now, we have not only the store as a jump out link, but we're able to take a couple of those merchandise items and integrate it into our registration process, so that when people are buying a ticket to one of our events, whether it's a webinar or if it's an in-person event, they can also either add a tote bag or a face mask into these things.